Europe region is renowned for its ancient civilizations and for actually the major developments, socioeconomic and cultural, that happened not only in ancient times but also in medieval and early modern periods. And currently this rich heritage is under threat, it's at risk, not only by climate change but also by other human induced factors such as wars and conflicts in the area. The VISIM project is dedicated in supporting and developing various approaches in preserving this wealth of knowledge in the area, not only in terms of documenting, but also in studying and accessing this wealth of knowledge. Today it's very important for our cultures and our societies to use cultural heritage to bring communities together. And heritage, which actually is anything that helps us collectively understand our present and view our future together, is the best way to understand collective identities, collective memory, social identities, and bring people together. And in cultural heritage, in the cultural heritage community, we have the major problem is that most people come from the humanities, and people from humanities, they don't they're not familiar with computational tools. So unfortunately, unlike the other scientific communities, what we call a computational paradigm has not happened in cultural heritage. So most people consider that computation is only about digitization, but it's not only about digitization, it's more about interpreting data, because we can have all the data, but if we don't have the methods to interpret the data, then actually we cannot progress. So this is where VISIM actually we see ourselves in the landscape of the larger European infrastructures to help the local communities not only digitize their wealth, but actually find ways and train them how to use this data. And by doing that, obviously, we can actually bring them on sync, bring them up to speed with the other major European players, so that everyone actually gains out of it. Because in major European infrastructure projects, we lack this wealth, access to this wealth of and this richness of heritage in the region, because exactly people from the region, they don't know how to use the tools. So now with the VISIM project, we provide them not only the methods and the workflows and the actual tools, but also training on how to use these tools and actually how to use HPC facilities. And by doing so, we can actually facilitate the creation of the production, the generation of this data that will then be migrated in the larger European infrastructures. We have actually in digital cultural heritage, it's a little bit different, as I said, to the other communities, because there are various major activities that happen at the same time. So we don't have only one major research inquiry. So I can offer you a few examples. Some of them is, of course, digital libraries and curation of data, and we have the example of the Timisoara digital library. We have cases of using image recognition and machine learning for the analysis of image-based data, for example, for remote sensing, for the documentation of archaeological sites. And we work with the Research Foundation of Greece on that, and also in different scales, down to the scale of manuscripts. And we work with Ben Gurion University on reading, on applying machine learning on Arab manuscripts. And then, of course, we have another activity which is I'm very much engaged and concerned with relates to the visualization of the impact of climate change on built heritage and our lived experience of our